everyone. It's Felicia Dortch with Relationship Entertainment TV. Hope everyone is having a fabulous Thursday. Thank you for tuning in for the news you can use and the issue you don't want to miss. So today's topic is going to be a little sad, actually a lot of sad, but I'm going to show you how something that was sad turned into something super positive, okay? I wonder if you guys are familiar with the law of attraction. It's not anything that is new, but it may be new to some. So law of attraction states that if you speak positive about it, be grateful for what you have, and really think on it on a subconscious level, that you can almost attract anything you want in your life. So let me give you an example and just stay with me. This is all going to tie in. So when I was in high school, I always wanted to be a chemical engineer, okay? And I did everything to be a chemical engineer. I joined all the clubs, I took all the extra classes, and something kept drawing me into science, So I ended up going to college, or actually applying to go to college as a chemical engineer, and decided to take anatomy just as an extra class. I took it in high school as an extra class, as an elective, which everyone in my school thought I was nuts, because who wants to do anatomy and physiology as an extra credit? Me, I did it. But I didn't know what I was setting myself up for. So once I took this college class, because I needed another class and I love science, I was like, hey, I took anatomy before, I'll do it again. Well, in college, the college classes, they go a little bit deeper. So I started learning more about the body. Well, then I started talking about, man, it'd be cool to possibly be like a nurse or something instead of chemical engineering. But I was afraid, because I had already told my mother that I was going for chemical engineering. She had spent all this money. We did all of this to get in school, all of these extra clubs for chemical engineering, and now I want to change it for nursing. But I kept on going with it, just kept pushing myself and seeing myself, visualizing myself as a nurse. So I decided I was just going to switch my major and not even tell my mom. Well, then I ended up telling her about it, because of course, they send those wonderful emails home to the parents. I'm sorry, not emails, but snail mail at that time. They send the mail to my parents, letting them know that I switched my major and this is going to be the cost of it, because now I got to apply to nursing school. Okay, so I did all of this preparation for it. I visualized the process. I saw myself as being a nurse. And then I started making action steps. And as I made these action steps, the universe was bringing things to me. It's like I started finding jobs where I was being exposed in the hospital, having the exposure, being able to work in the hospital before I was even an actual nurse. I got opportunities that came to me, like student nursing, which I wasn't even aware of at the time. And somehow I ended up meeting a young lady who was doing student nursing, and then she told me about it. And so I was able to function as a student nurse under another nurse while learning to be a nurse. So needless to say, I am a registered nurse till this day. Been 18 years, I've been a nurse. My point of the whole story is I started visualizing myself doing these things, and then I started researching these things, and I was super grateful about what I was doing. I was grateful about being in college, but it was more that I was seeking. It was something else tugging at me. And so this is going to move into my story about the passing of Chadwick Boseman. Hopefully I'm pronouncing his name correctly, but we know him as the actor from Black Panther, one of my absolute favorite movies. I am a super huge Marvel and DC comic type person, so I love all those type of movies. Well, when I was researching his story, he actually was given the opportunity to walk Angela Bassett onto the stage when she was at the university to do a commencement address, if I'm not mistaken. And this was one of the persons that he actually wanted to meet. He wanted to be an actor. He wanted to be able to be on the big screen. So he was put in these positions to have this happen to him. And needless to say, he ends up walking with her on a different occasion. And he actually had the opportunity to tell her, I was that young guy that walked you onto the stage. Let's move it even further. Did you guys know that Denzel paid for him to go to camp? He was a kid that couldn't afford camp. His camp was paid for by Denzel. Denzel donated the money, didn't know what camper it was going to go to. It went to him. And again, their paths crossed again. So many lives that he touched by just really sticking to his craft, believing in himself, making the action steps to do these things, putting himself in position. And while he's doing all of these things, he used to have all kind of posters, movie posters posted on his wall. He practiced his speech to receive awards. He actually saw himself do these things. Okay? And look at the lives that he touched. My son absolutely loves Black Panther. The whole family loves Black Panther. But one of the best things that it showed us as African Americans, it gave us the vision of seeing a king, seeing someone that is actually a king in their eyes and a superhero. Who knew that those two things would come together and be one of us? So his story and him as an individual, his path was laid out by the universe. And I know some of you are going to say, okay, it had nothing to do with the universe. This is all God. I definitely believe in God. But what I'm saying is law of attraction, the same as what a man saith, so is he. What a man thinketh, so is he. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. It's still making you speak positivity over your life. It's still you claiming success instead of defeat. And this is what he did. Every part of his life, he claimed victory. So he didn't live the rest of his life slowly dying. He lived the best life. He did what he wanted to do. He made movies. He made little kids excited. He made history. He showed us that we can be great. And, it was just phenomenal. His story is so phenomenal and touching to show how he prepared himself and the universe put it right in front of him and laid out his steps. So I always like to use myself again as an example. Okay. So I want to talk to you about how I started with publishing and writing. So I've always loved to write, and I created a vision board. Just the same as Chadwick Boseman did, created his vision board of what he wanted to see himself in so many years down the road, so many months down the road. And I put different things on my board, like I'm going to have a publishing company. I'm going to write movies. I'm going to work with this person or work with that person. So I continue to push and visualize myself doing these things. And yes, I absolutely did pray. I prayed about every move of everything that I'm going to do. And things start falling into place. I am actually a certified law of attraction specialist. So I understand how to, basically you're meditating on positivity. You're grateful for what you have. You're grateful for what you're doing. And what you're doing is showing, okay, I am grateful for what I have so I can be trusted with something bigger. That goes right back to what it says in the Bible. If I can't trust you with this, something small, how can I trust you with something bigger? So it goes hand in hand, because I don't want to offend anyone about what am I saying with law of attraction. But as I continue to take the steps, I went on and said, okay, you know what? I'm going to write a book. I'm going to write another book, and I'm going to publish it. At that point, I had no idea how I was going to do it, but it was on my vision board. Then I said I was going to write movies for an actual film company. Didn't have an idea how I was going to do it, but I believed in myself. I believed I was going to do it. And now at this time, I have a publishing company and I write movies for a film company. So some will say, oh, that just happened. Good luck for you. Or, yeah, you prayed about it, so God delivered it. Yes, I truly believe that. I also believe in the law of attraction as well. I believe that my positivity, my strong will, my determined nature brought those things to me. I met a woman who taught me the publishing game. I saw a post that opened up the door for the script writing, the screenwriting. I actually met another person on Facebook that trained me on how to write scripts. So everything that I put on my vision board fell right into place. The same thing that Chadwick Boseman did. So now we're seeing all of the tributes to him, and the stories are starting to come out about the people that he helped, the people that he encouraged. And his biggest thing was encouraging you to stay positive. He stayed positive throughout his entire health illness journey. And I'm a registered nurse, so I am very familiar with the decline of cancer, especially the cancer that he was diagnosed with. Sometimes it can be very rapid, and sometimes it can be prolonging. And he still was able to keep up his strength. What you need to understand, that anything that you go through, if you keep a positive mind, you can get through anything. Okay, so that's one of the things I want to leave you with. And then also, the biggest thing about this movie, did you know that the Black Panther was actually from a tribe who believed that if you drink this liquid that they created, that the human body could actually turn into the Black Panther and have the Black Panther characteristics? It was found in an African tribe, and I really wish I would have written it down to tell you the name of that tribe. But I watched the video of the young lady that's in Black Panther, where she decided to go research this tribe, because in Black Panther, if you remember, they had an entire army of women. So there's a tribe in Africa that has an entire army of women, and I forgot the name of it, but when she went and met the king, he took her into one of the sanctuaries and showed her the story of the Black Panther. So amazing how things are revealed to us. So even though we lost a phenomenal actor, a phenomenal man, because he touched so many lives, what he left us was the beauty of seeing ourselves in a positive light. What he left with us is the beauty of knowing that you can get through anything if you just believe in yourself. And he told Angela Bassett that he would see her again, and he did. Okay, so I don't want you to look at this as a loss. Look at this as a gain for us. Something beautiful that he left us. He left us knowledge. He left us love. He left us positivity. So I really hope this helped you. I hope I tied it all together with the law of attraction and understanding that what you think is what you're going to produce. What your mouth says is what you're going to receive. Okay, so if you can do it, believe in yourself that you can do it, know that you can do it, and don't stop till it's completed. Again, I'm Felicia Dortch with Relationship Entertainment TV, with the news you can use and the issue you don't want to miss. See you next time.